Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to do a full face of Westman Atelier. So I finally have, well, enough to do an entire face. I've done, I think, at least 2 videos, but I got another shade of the foundation and I've learned a little bit about the foundation. So before we get started, I'm feeling kind of pink today. Yeah, I kind of had a run-in with the sun. And you know, between that and the retinol and everything else, I'm starting a little bit pink. I've already put something on my chest because I'm going to put something on at the end of the video, and I wanted to cover this and let my redness kind of fade, if at all possible. But I wanted to do a full face of Westman Atelier, as I said before, because she's at Sephora now. Or it's at Sephora. It's Gucci Westman's line. Gucci Westman is a professional makeup artist, a real one, who works editorial. I'm not sure she's ever done runway, but in her, you know, working editorial for many years, she's done covers with celebrities and then does more celebrity work as well. So she does red carpet and whatnot. And she has produced a line that is not going to hurt your skin. So it's not 100% organic or natural, but it's as close as she could get without compromising the products. That's my understanding of it. So let's get started with some foundation. So I initially had shade 3, and I didn't wear it very much as I liked it. I felt it was too yellow on me. So at a recent event or sale, well, it was something very specific where if you spent a certain amount of money at Sephora, you would get 15% off a couple of weeks later, and I went ahead and I got shade 2. And they are slightly different in their colors, which can be very helpful because Gucci actually says you should have more than one shade because skin tones have a lot of shades going on. This is the 2 and this is the 3. And this is the 2 and this is the 3. So the 2 is a little bit lighter. But it also has less yellow in it. So I'm probably going to do the 2 around the center and the more yellow one, the 3, around the sides of the face. Previously, when I did a video on this foundation, I just kind of put it all over the face and then used a brush. And I don't even think I used this brush, to tell you the truth. But Gucci does things very specific. She seems to think, you know, just cover up your red bits, don't go crazy with it. For me, everything is my red bit, but I do think I get a better application when I do it with the brush like she does and just kind of control how sheer or unsheer I am being. Now, she also, the construction's going on, you guys. They just don't have the same lunch schedule as the other crew that was here, so this crew is doing something else. I have no idea what, but she uses this under her eyes. For me, this is too thick to use under the eyes. So you can see this is light in color, but we will fix it up. And I'm just being very ginger and gentle with this. I am going to change into something pretty, you guys, but the heat is here. We went from spring, just like 2 weeks ago, I was wearing a sweater for a video. And then I was wearing some long sleeve blouses. Perfect. And now I'm in the spaghetti strap camisole because I guess we only had a week of spring. I put on my skincare a good at least hour ago. So everything is sunk in, including my sunscreen. Somebody recently made a comment to me that I should let my sunscreen set up before I go in with my foundation. I do. It's shiny. I'm going to go in with the 3. And here's the deal for me. I am using retinol right now, and I am retinizing a bit. So after I wash my face, my forehead is just this shiny. That's what's going on with me. I'm going to start towards the hairline and work myself in. And then when I put on my I put on at least 2 essences, sometimes 3, and oh, a little more shiny. And then I put on a very light lotion, a little more shiny. And then I put on something a little more occlusive, kind of lock everything in. And guess what? A little more shiny. And I put on my sunscreen, a little more shiny. That is how I start. Honestly, when I see other people do videos, I'm thinking, why aren't they shiny? Do they not moisturize? Do they not have sunscreen on? Especially because a good deal of the people I follow have dry skin. Or they think they do anyway. I don't follow anybody with oily skin because I'm just not going to learn anything from them, you know. When they do reviews on foundations or skincare products, it's from an oily person's perspective. Even if it's an eyeshadow situation, they have oily lids. Just not something I have determined would be helpful to me. Okay. So it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it sure is pretty. And I'm just going to try a little more with this redness right here. And do a little pulling down, just a little bit. But I think this application is really pretty, and I like it better than putting the stick all over the face and then blending it out. So, so pretty. Now I did use a concoction today of sunscreen, a little bit of mineral, a little bit of the Can Make, and I really had a goal of not starting with a shiny face, but it's just not possible for me. Let's take a look. It's blended in. It looks so nice with this kind of application. Do I have perfect looking canvas? No. Shocking, I know. So next I'm going to go into one of her blushes. This is the color Petal, which is so pretty. She has many pretty colors. This is the first one I got, and it works very well for me. And I'll do the same thing, pick up with the brush. Just tapping on. I don't really need all that much since it didn't completely cover my redness. Okay, the clouds. It's one of those days where it's hot and humid and cloudy. And as you can see from the light change in here, we're going through cloudy. And the sun came back just in time. I was actually going to just turn off the camera and goof off for a little bit and see if the sun came back. So this beauty is the Lit Up Highlight Stick in Brulee. And when I first saw this, I said, it's a little too dark for me for a highlight stick. And I already did a video with these two products, but let's do them again because it's everything together. And Gucci just took her fingers, I'm now going to take like 3 fingers here, and she said, you know, just kind of put it all over. So it's more like for a sun-kissed look than a highlighter. That wasn't a cow. So I'm starting under the cheekbone and just bringing it up. And the light's continuing to change, and the construction people just got out a new tool that is really loud. So I might have to go MOS. We'll see. This is the Lit Up Highlight Stick in Nectar, another one you've already seen, and I'm just gonna do that. Now, because I'm so shiny, it's almost like I don't need this, but it's so darn pretty. It really is. You're going to have to take my word for it. And finally, I got the pods. So these are the eyeshadow pods that they kind of magnetize together, but they don't screw together. And this is a dark brown, a medium brown, and a white, which to my surprise is a shimmery white. It's not a matte white. So I am going to do the Bobbi Brown application. I don't have any of Westman Atelier's brushes because I have plenty of brushes, and those brushes are not inexpensive. I'm going in with something that's fluffy and large and used for all over. That's how I use it. And I'm just going to go in here and kind of do this all over, I guess. It doesn't appear to be picking any up. Yeah, that's why it's brown here, because I put my finger on here. This, I guess, maybe I should just use my finger with. Let's try this brush, which is a little denser, and see. This is like this to me it looks like peanut butter. And kind of give my eyeball some shape. Yeah, so this brush works. So I'm just kind of feeling the eyeball. And then running it over to the lash line. This would be more sheer right here. So it's darker where I'm trying to give myself a socket. And now I'm going to take the same brush and go in with a darker, I guess around the lash line. I mean, this by itself would be fine. I would just go in with this Chikuhodo perhaps and just do a little bit of a blend so everything's very soft. But you know what? I'm going to try something different. I had watched some Lisa Eldridge videos last night, and she likes to work in things into the lash line, which is something I usually don't do. And I do have these new Chikuhodo brushes, so let's pull one of those. This is the S150, and it's quite small and it's slanted, and I'm just going to try to get some pigment onto this and really work it into the lash line rather than lining it. We'll see if I am successful. And you can kind of do it from, I watched a Mariah Leonard video last night too. It really bums me out that she posts so infrequently, but she was doing this with a powder and bringing it through her lashes. But you know what? I don't think this is the product to try that with. So I'm just going to try to get a little something this way. There we go. Very soft. I'm going to do some mascara and my brows and my under eyes, and then we'll come back and take a look at the lips. Alright you guys, I have changed into a nice little summery blouse here that I love, and we're going to do lips. This is the only lip product that she has right now. It's called Suede Lip, and I can't open it. These are the colors. So there's neutral, a darker color, a red, and a beautiful fuchsia. I believe she's coming out with more colors. I think she's probably going to do pinks or peaches. But I watched a video of her recently and she said, this is the only color we have now. I'm like, I know. I'm going to take the more neutral color and just do a dab. And I've seen her do a couple of things with this when she's working with, on her videos, where she'll do the natural thing and just press a little color. But she does that with the reds too, where she just presses a little color just to give you a hint. If you have really perfect lips, I don't. You could do a bright color, but when I tried to do that last time, it didn't look so hot. And this is the final look. I'm just going to press a little bit of red in there, just to bring a little life into it. So the red is orange based while the fuchsia is pink. You know what? I'm going to go in with a little bit of the fuchsia in the center. She calls these lip suedes, and they do have a suede-y kind of feeling about them. I wouldn't say, oh my god, they're so comfortable, but they're not incredibly uncomfortable. But if you're new here, I am very, 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 I couldn't decide if I want to say very or really. I'm very fussy about the weight of products on my lips. All right, you guys, that is it. The sun is gone. It's just G-O-N-E. I looked outside to see, is it just puffy clouds? It's not. These are deep, real clouds. They're not going to go anywhere. So I've changed my lights a little bit, and I hope this will give you an idea of what these colors look like, because that's so important. Accurate color is so important to me, and I want to present that to you. But this is the full face of Westman Atelier, and I think it's lovely. It's possible that the foundation combination might be a teeny bit light for me right now when I'm looking at my monitor, because of the way the light is. It's like, yeah, it is. But I need to explain something. My neck and my chest are always quite red. I knew I was going to wear a V-neck, so I put on some tinted sunscreen and I put on the MAC Face and Body, and I got sunburn on my neck the other day, so it's usually red and now it's really red. So I brought it up there as well. But in real life, where I don't have a light on me and it's not being photographed, looking in this mirror right here, the color really doesn't look bad. I think this is so darn fresh, I can't stand it. Yeah, yes, there is a shine. You saw how I started. I guarantee you my products were all dry. And this feels just lovely. But if you want to powder down, you could. I'm kind of tempted to try this, but colored powders, for me, are a little tricky. So we can go in with, let's go in with the Ray Morris. I think this is such a genius product that nobody talks about. But when you go into something that has color on it, if it's not the same color as the foundation, it's noticeable. Really noticeable, because not only is the area mattified, but it's a different color than the rest of your face, unless you put that all over your face. And this is completely clear. If you don't want to take any chances, you know, go in with something like this and just take off the shine in the center of the head of the forehead, and I've just made it a little more agreeable. Right here, right here, and right here. So I still have that radiance, but it's just not quite so hard. And that is it. So we have the Nectar and the Brulee. The Nectar is so beautiful, and the Brulee really does kind of give you that slightly I've been in the sun look. We have the two colors in the 3 and the 2. The 2 is more neutral, but it is lighter. And the blush in Petal, we have, this is the little sack that I think I got mascara on. These are the 3 little eye pods. They're a little hard to work with, I have to say. Maybe they're more intended for finger. I certainly had better luck with my finger with the white. I think the look, though, is very pretty. It's just trying to figure out how to use them. It seems to me that Gucci always uses them with a brush, so I tried, but I felt until I got to this brush, which is very dense, this is my Kitco 1.14, I believe, I was having a hard time. Yeah, and I think that's it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope it was helpful to you, and I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and smart. I'm getting my shot in 2 days. I'm so happy. And I'm wishing you good health.